the green light in real time. I did my best. And some people recorded it, and I looked back at the recording, and all I saw was blue light, regular blue lightning. All I saw was regular pink lightning. There was nothing special. I said, wow, is that how it looks to certain people? Because while I'm looking at it, I see green. Green flashes back to back in between the lightning. And I looked at some of the recordings that y'all had, and I didn't see any green, which let me know that only those who were able to see it were being shown it, including myself. So when I went back into the house after I cut off the live, I stood in the doorway as there was something over my house, creating some type of whirlwind effect with my grass. And I was talking on the phone with my Umi about, I said, they right here, they over my house. She said, I know they out here. She said, where she at, she could hear them. I said, Umi, they right here. As I'm talking to my Umi, a green light flashes and the power goes out. And it knocks me on my back. I'm standing in the doorway of the house, and I fall on my back, hit the railing. I got witnesses, by the way. So not only did I fall, the power went out. Not only did the power go out, I was, for a split second, outside of my body. When the green light flashed, I was pulled into it. I was pulled into the green light. You with me? And when I hit the ground, I was back in my body. When I told Ibrahim months ago about the green flashes that I saw this year, I asked him, I said, what's about the green, what's that mean? And he said, man, don't tell me about to leave, bro. He said, you can't leave yet. The mission ain't finished. That's literally what he told me. He said, you saw the green light? He said, man, you can't leave yet. He said, why you trying to get out of here and leave? I said, what are you talking about? He said, man, when you see the green flashes, he said, that means they took you and abducted you, and then they put you back. Right? I told y'all this. Some of y'all remember this. Didn't they just come out with that movie Elio? Huh? And didn't they, for those who didn't see it, spoiler, but didn't they pick up Elio with the green light? Right? And it was all about the green, and he had the green outfit on, dressed up like El Khadir. Pay attention. Right? So I was pulled out of my body. It's real life. Some of y'all said y'all saw the green light. How many people were on here when I was pointing at the sky? First of all, I said, come and see. All of this is documented. The name of the live was Come and See. And you got on here. Some of y'all may be just in time. Some of y'all may be early. Some of y'all may be too late. I said, watch. I said, look, they're going to show y'all. Watch and see. And I pointed the camera at the sky, and the lightning started to pick up. How many people saw that? And it just kept flashing. Chicka-chee, 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 chicka-chee. And then how many people paid attention to my breathing? When I breathed in deep and I said, how many people saw when I did that the lightning didn't just flash, it struck across the sky each time I did that? Were you paying attention? All right. So how many people can say they saw the green light? Because I kept saying, it's green, it's green, look, it's green. How many people heard me scream and fall? That wasn't TV. When one of those flashes hit, there was so much green that I fell. And I still had the phone in my hand. But I think for a while, y'all screen might have gone black because I was holding the phone, but it was no longer pointing toward the sky. That's why people was asking if something was wrong. No, nothing was wrong. Everything was right. Where are the prophets? Where's the El Nebi? Where's the Rashad Jamal? Where's the 19 keys? Where's the people that have distracted you? Can they show you what I just showed you? Does it sound familiar? It's supposed to. Bring your astrologers. Bring all of these people who say this and that about being chosen. Tell them I said I want to talk to them. And I challenge them to show you the green light. Because if you walk with El Khadir, he can't turn his back on you. So if you're one of us, I just challenge you to show us. Now they got a new standard. Omari went live and showed us the green light. They have a new standard. And for those of y'all who came to the show, they have a new standard, don't they? Omari took us on his back porch and showed us the crafts, and they communicated with us through flashes. We saw it with our own eyes. So they have a new standard. We don't care about you being able to say you spiritual. We don't care about you talking about you getting downloads. We don't care about any of that. Now you're in that time period where if you can't unmask the illusion, if you can't unveil the unseen, you're not one of us. It's that simple. Say, damn, you raising the stakes. Exactly. Because then I raised the stakes when I said spirituality is dead. I'm not operating on your plane. Remember, I circled the word over and over again. I said, look at how simple people are. They're supposed to be so advanced. You say spirituality is dead. 3 words, and they get agitated. They get aggravated. But they're ascended masters. You can't even say Nuwapu is dead to me, and I get agitated. Because what I'm going to tell you, I'm going to say, prove it. Show me. Just show me. So we don't want to hear nothing about any of that. First of all, we didn't have any green light teachers, did we? Y'all tell the truth and shame the opposition. Did we have green light teachers out here? The only green light teacher we have is Malachi York, Malachi Zodek, Melchizedek. And he's been here watching this whole thing, in and out of the eyes, in and out of the ears. Everything I saw has been seen. Everything I heard has been heard. One day you're going to have to bear witness, so you better make a decision to do it now. Any green light teachers out here? Any people able to, do y'all not remember the science of the green light? The teaching I gave? Let's look back through history. No, let's look back through mystery. Let's look back. No, because the power went out last night. There go proof right there. My computer would have been on. We have any green light teachers out here? No. What are they talking about? What do these spiritual people teach? What do these religious people teach? Everybody just regurgitating. Look, they say Jesus is king. Do we have anybody out here that could show us Jesus? Because it said that Jesus was the true light that is in the world, in the darkness comprehended if not. Yes or no? Did I tell y'all how to literally go in and find the green light? Yes or no? I said all you got to do to locate the green light is surround yourself with darkness. And you're going to see the green light do this. It'll look like this. And you'll see it wave. And I say you'll also see it accompanied by what? Purple. So I showed you the green light. And then I said that ain't going to be enough for them. We did a whole green light school. Y'all don't remember? From November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, up to June, the solstice of 2024, where we went into the blue light. And I walked you through the whole blue light school while these people out here running their mouth about current events, I was walking you through it. I got books to show it. There were books for every light. You don't remember Blue Kachina? I walked you through from June 20th of last year on up to January 1st of this year. And I said, when we go into January 1st, what will be the light? The purple light. And right before the new year, Malachi sent out a message on December 31st to all of these humanoids that claim they love him. Who remembers? And this year, Malachi, remember I was in position. While everybody's running their mouth, what was I doing? I was right up there talking to Ibrahim. I was talking to Iris or whoever said they were working on Pop's case. I did my due diligence and placed myself right there. Oh, you working on this case? Here I am. Y'all don't remember? Tava Jack. Y'all don't remember? Uma. Y'all don't remember? Whoever it was, Prince York. Wherever you saw people say, I am helping Malachi, didn't you see me pop up? I'm going to do my best to explain this to you. Malachi will say, go and be my, what? Eyes and what? Ears. Everything they said was heard. Everything they said was heard. Everything they did was seen. Everything they did was seen. So, again, if you walking and you're next to somebody and you don't know they're wearing a disguise, you might say anything around them. So, how advanced is technology that allows you to incarnate into a body and listen that way? You would never see it coming, would you? So here goes this random person called Faise One, which they should have done their research. They would have known this is the last person that we would be able to say is random. I kept saying it too. I gave them that answer. I said, y'all don't know who my parents are? If somebody like Prince York could be like some nigga named Bodie, listen, you already know what's going on. Because nobody, look, as soon as I open up the, as soon as I open up the computer, what's playing?
This is Faise know how to build the suspense. You have no idea.
Boom. You don't see? Listen, all I did was open this shit up. I opened the computer, it go right to Through the Sun show. She ain't even finished loading yet. You don't see them balloons? Purple, black.
Roll back. This is Faise know how to build the suspense. You have no idea.
And walked off. Faise know how to build the suspense. You have no idea. Then we have a magic show. I was watching this whole show, by the way. Everything that shows up, I was literally, after the sister told, I'm going to see where the sister would have said that at.
I don't believe it.
Listen to what I said. I don't believe it. I was throwing out hints.
The dates are, you'll see. And it's a perfect time. 8. Same deal, just come on. That's not somewhere. I see. Help you. That's fine. Who's it? Oh. So, my name's Kami. I go by the Visionary Noir. Because, you know, I enjoy my visions and writing them and sharing them. So, through the remainder of this, I hope to help you all see what I see. Akti, you something. Would you mind sharing the other part? All right. Cool.
I don't remember what point she said this shit at.
All these cards are different. Cool. Don't look at it. Toy, cool here. This is gonna be what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give you the folder back and side neck. Please deny it.
I don't know. I wish I could go right to it, but I don't know what point it was.
Okay, so look.
Cause I gave somebody the phone. Either way, the sister came down and was like, "Yo, they got you. You know, they want you upstairs. Da 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 da. FBI outside. All this other stuff." So we'll go to where she cut it at.
A random sequence of 3 cards.
That's mine. That's mine. Could you can go ahead and wrap it up
No, bro. This is the hand right now.
to a knob, right? That's it. You can wrap it up. Yeah.
Alright, so you want me to
Look,
do
and everybody stay calm, right, y'all? Stay in here and don't leave something. But I'll go ahead and pay you.
So do you want me to close the gates?
Look,
Boom. So that's where they ended the show at. Well, all of that was under my direction anyway. But she was basically saying, okay, that's the end of the trick. End of the illusion. I kept saying, you know, Pops brought the illusionist to the land before he disappeared. And then I disappeared and showed them that. Right? So let's look through the story. Right? Let's see. Hold on. The science of the green light. Let's look through the story. Science of the green light. I don't see anything other than what will be phase. Let's see, phase 1. Phase 1. This is how you know. Look at who's teaching what they're not teaching. Did I come on here talking about some, you know, the chakras? Did I come on here talking about some, the Anunnaki? Did I come here? I said the science of the green light. Just look at them. Just look at them. Science of the green light. I don't know where you think I'm at. I don't know where you at, but I'm not there with you. Science of the green light.
When you look at Tom Ray in the nighttime, you saw golden light, Nirvana. Light, Vana. Go look it up. Nord is light.
This island was the research facility for the original Jurassic Park.
Go look at Uncle Sam picture, and you look at the cat in the hat picture, and tell me what color the hat is. Overcoming the flesh, the desires of the flesh. You get Tory Lanez. Go. You understand? So in order for them to continue to have the food that they need the rest of the world to be drunk. Because of the negative frequencies and the impurities, you start gaining weight and taking on fat and becoming too heavy. And the heavier you become, the less of the gaseous, or what you say, gases, Jesus-like being you become. You start being too heavy, you can't ascend. Meaning, you're not going up that mountain, or Mount Zion, or Mount Sion, that they said the 144 was standing on. That's important why I'm saying that. That's why sisters like Erykah Badu came out with the song Bag Lady. You understand? Saying what? Bag Lady, you gonna hurt your back. And it doesn't just deal with women. It's not just according to women. You understand? It doesn't just apply to women. It applies to the men also. You're letting off that baggage when you're saying, because I've been taking in all of these negative frequencies, I'm starting to like this and say, oh, this is good for me. But it's not good for me, it's good to me. So what am I saying? Everything that's good to you ain't good for you. You might enjoy the rush of a thriller. You might enjoy the rush of a horror movie. You understand? But you have to think, they program those movies for a very specific type of response. And people hoard together and gather together in theaters, listen, movie theaters, to be scared or to be brought into the frequency of fear. And they know what they're doing. In the movie Insidious, which, again, I didn't watch the movie. I only remember one piece of the movie because some people in my family were watching it. And I was passing through and I saw that very specific point. That's why I knew, for one, that I don't care how many they came out. I think it's the 5th one they just came out with this year. Ironically, they called it the Red Door. Right? They could have called it anything else, but they called it the Red Door. And on the cover of the movie, they have these green lights surrounding a red door, and they want you to go through the red door. You understand? It's a purpose for that. It's a whole reason for that. And that's why it came up under the 5. But that's a whole different purpose also. Right? Where I speak of the 5G, where 5G ain't just some towers. 5G is speaking of a very specific generation. And when you say the word generation, you think it in terms of a time period. When we hear generation, we're talking about a gene, right, that is being activated. And if they want that 5th generation, they're saying they want more people to be up under the pentagram. 5G, pentagram, 5th generation. That's why I said in the song, We Had Time, which I hear the code in there. When you flip the words, we had time around, you get emit the hue. Emit the hue. What hue am I talking about? A green light that leads you up to the actual, what you call the crown syndrome. I don't want to say the word. I'm not speaking in terms of some virus. I'm speaking in terms of the activation of the hue, the aura. All right? You emit the hue because you already had time. You're in the 9th hour. And we'll get to that also. You understand? And this 9th hour is very important because once you figure out what that sound is, all right, and you raise up that frequency, you're going to witness a point in time where you'll know to be silent. And we'll get to that also. Mm-hmm. So they had the name of the movie called Insidious. And I said, all you got to do is look at what the word means. Insidious means to go through something gradually in such a way that it causes harmful effects. Okay, that it harms you. I said, exactly. That's why for that one particular scene that I saw, they had one of the characters, I don't know who the main character was, one of the characters got up out of a chair and he left his body. You understand? So he was astral projecting. But he turned back and looked and his body was there. I was listening to the tones that they were playing when it happened. I said, they're trying to limit people's ability to astral project because there are times where you can experience sleep paralysis, okay, where you will be able to get up out of your body and ascend beyond the frequencies of sleep paralysis that most people are caught in. Okay, most people when they experience sleep paralysis, they say they experience either the Hat Man, okay, or the horned being that they think is a hat, or the Slender Man, or some dark shadowy beings, or they say they're being rolled by a witch, or they say an incubus or a succubus attacked them in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Nobody comes back from a sleep paralysis experience and say they ran into an angel. Nobody comes back from a sleep paralysis experience and they saw a being that was an Ethereum, which I have. This was back in 2015 when I stayed off of Camden Road, Sarah and Harding. I literally had a sleep paralysis experience, heard the sirens of a fire truck, and saw Etherians, which I call them Etherians because I have a reference that Dr. Malachi York gave me to be able to see or to say what those beings were. But they were lit up beings. They had the symmetry and the makeup of a human being, but they had no features, just light. And they were circling around my ceiling. You understand? I was in sleep paralysis. How did I know that? Because I couldn't use move my body. You understand? So it was a sleep paralysis experience. What's my point? That when most people experience sleep paralysis where they have to cross between worlds, a world that's saying when you're going beyond the REM or the NREM, the non-rapid eye movement spaces, where you start experiencing what they call the hypnagogic hallucinations. Okay, when you start hearing sounds and you can hear somebody calling your name, and most people experience that. You can hear children running around. Some people experience that. You can hear sirens, hear dogs barking, different sounds that you're passing through, all right, where you can pick up on the same way if you take a radio dial and you would have turned it, which I've explained to people before, you turn that radio dial from one station to the next, there's a static in between. And that static in between allows for you to hear other realities or other realms. Okay, so they call it scientifically, so you don't think I'm crazy, hypnagogic hallucinations. Because when you go through those stages of transition, they say that because of those frequencies, you start hearing things that are not there. They're there, they're just not in the observable mode that you're in when you're in beta or awake. You understand? So they're in different states. So you might experience it in theta, all right, where you go, where they literally call it the inspiration realm or the inspiration universe or the inspiration dimension or the inspiration state of observation, where when you tap into that, you're literally able to pull in thoughts that you wouldn't be able to pull in if you were just constantly staying up, you know what I'm saying, or awake and then going back to rest. There's a stage in between there which you can activate if you get too sleepy and you say, I'm ready to go to sleep, but you continue to stay up. Your staying up causes, you ever been in a situation where you're talking to somebody and you get sleepy and you still talking to them, but you start forgetting what you're saying, but you know you still were talking? That's theta state. You're pulling in from a realm of inspiration. That's what people say when they were writing the divine scriptures. They said they were in theta state. And you had people who actually knew how to put themselves in there, where they would have people that would wait by their bed, and when they were about to drift off into sleep, they'd make a loud noise so that they can activate that state of mind. Go look it up. There's something called the Jose Silva technique. If you haven't heard of it, Jose Silva, Silva. Go look up the Jose Silva technique, and it teaches more about the altered states of consciousness. Okay? So my point is, when I saw the movie Insidious, I said, just from the idea of astral projection being dark, okay, people may not understand how powerful an idea is. Just from the idea of astral projection being dark, when people start to experience that astral projection, it's the same way with sleep paralysis. A lot of people were introduced to monsters and demons and all kinds of things through movies since they were children. You understand? So when they started experiencing that realm between states of consciousness, where you literally are able to step out of these realms and go into an accelerated state called the astral plane, if you were allowed to, if you would allow yourself to, without the fear which causes restrictions. All right, when people get in that realm, they start experiencing demonic beings. Does that mean that the demonic beings don't exist and it's just coming from some movie? No, it means that they're in amber light when they're resting. They're resting in amber light. And these beings are attracted to amber light. What's a better way to say it? We went over this last time. They're attracted to lower vibrational frequencies. You understand? So let's say sex, lust, when pornography is open, these different literal windows are open, beings are able to be attracted to whoever's indulging in what they now are calling demon time, all right, or the ungodly hour, or what they say the witching hours, what the Wiccans used to say, but it's the ungodly hour of demon time, anywhere between 12 a.m. to 3 a.m., where it's supposed to be people are tapping into the mental reservoir, all right? They're tapping into pornography. And it's opening doors for people where they're having encounters with beings that they wouldn't normally have encounters with, because those beings are literally using those windows to channel, all right? So people are wondering, why do they get these urges to go and even look into or look up these pornography sites or go do this or go do that? Why do they get these urges? A lot of times it's because they're surrounded by amber light, which means they're in the presence of beings who gravitate toward that light. So let's say if you got trash in your room, a whole bunch of trash in your room, and a fly comes in, all right, it's because there's trash there. So the fly will be equivalent to the demon, and the trash will be equivalent to all of the things you've been consuming, all right? For example, when we speak about the donuts, we yield to the impurities, all right, that these beings that will be scientifically referred to as parasites are attracted to. And there are so many different forms of parasites where the basis of it is to say that there's another being that comes in, integrates and weaves itself into your being, okay, and starts to affect, whether it be through the gut or through the actual attachment to your brain. They start to affect literally how you feel and what you do, what you carry out, your acts, your actions. You understand? So if people wanted to have less of the sleep paralysis experiences, they would have to understand why it's happening. And for one, it's because when there's a lot of electromagnetism in the root chakra, okay, there are a lot of beings who can sense it. And whether it be through their technology, like they showed you in the movie Jupiter's Ascendant, they can cause you to go into a paralysis. You don't have to believe me on this, but some people may need to go and watch that movie so you can see what I'm saying. Because when you look at the scene with the fullness of Homo sapien, the G, if you look at Genesis chapter 2, because they represent it in a they with me. And the reason why it's called Doja, her name, I'm not even a Christian, you better listen. She started cutting them short. And she said she would perform her music in the church. Going to rehab, reach up to that crown if you're invested in the carnal mind. So what I did for people is I started telling them, I said, look, you start with what you know is a basis. Say, you start fasting. You need to eat, right? Everybody need to eat to survive in some way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay, so fast. Because that's saying to yourself that you are going to take, even if it's for a day, 2 days, 3 days. All right, the longest we did as a group of people was 9 days as a collective. All right? You take however many days and you're telling your body, even though your body is saying, I have to eat, okay, that you're going to choose not to. You're controlling your body. And your body may not like you in the beginning. But what winds up happening after that third day? Interestingly enough, actually it takes 24 hours. But after that third day, you have completely rebooted your immune system. After that third day, that which is called ketones, interestingly enough, ketones, is activated in your body. Your body starts going after and eliminating and targeting fat cells, impurities, and shutting them down. Illnesses, things that are not supposed to be there. Parasites may not feel good. Because it literally sometimes can feel like you're going through hell. But it's a necessary hell. If you can conquer the art of fasting, saying you're not going to consume something for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 4 days, you can fight any illness. You can war with any parasite, whether it be a physical parasite operating with the natural or a natural parasite operating in your physical. All right, whether it be something that affects your sleep cycles or whatever, you can fight anything that's plaguing your being if you can decide you won't eat. That's why they gave you the art of fasting, because something starts activating in your frontal lobe that says, I'm in control. That's why they call the frontal lobe the boss lobe of the body. It's the boss lobe. It controls. That's the steering wheel. So what's happening here when you're saying, I'm not going to eat, but your body says eat? That means there are two parts of you functioning. But you'll notice after you go without eating, your body starts being agreeable to you.
Mm-hmm.
Your body starts following you. So who have you been following? Have you been following your soul aspect of the self, or have you been following the body aspect of the self? Are you in it for your body or your soul? If you need more to figure out how to find and activate and get in tune with the soul, I'm literally giving you the basics. Go 3 days without eating and you will meet your soul. Go 3 days, don't eat any food. You can drink your water. All right, I'm not trying to, you can drink your water. Some people have done dry fast. I'm not recommending that right now, okay? Because I don't think people are there unless they reach that level. You go 3 days without food, you drink water, you will meet your soul. What is your soul? Your ability to say no to your body. That's your soul. If you can't separate your soul from your body, then you won't be able to know what it is. But once you do, you'll say, wait a minute. All right, I start feeling lighter after 3 days. I feel lighter. People had a gut. They couldn't get rid of their gut. They tried everything. They tried every dietary plan. They've been running all around the city with a jumping suit. You understand? They said, I can't lose my gut. I said, go on a fast. Immediately they started swimming down. People say, no, you don't need to fast. It was literally one of the brothers, Derez Deshaun, one of my brothers, one of my peoples, right? He artist. He was saying, what should he do? I said, yo, go for a whole month, do 3 days eating, 3 days not eating. You know what I mean? When I said do 3 days not eating, then do a day where you do all your fruit.
If it's gorgeous, you want stunning.
Then go another 3 days and people telling you not to do it. They're saying, your body ain't gonna be your body would, if you had to, you would. If you had to, you wouldn't eat. If you had to, you would fast. So put yourself in a position to assume that reality of your own nature. You will survive. What are you afraid of? But people started to lose their gut. And the more gut is present, there are impurities. This is just the reality. But people started to lose that, meaning they were literally getting lighter. That's why I told you, research fasting. Don't just listen, research it, and you start taking on that science as your own. That's a simple science. With that same simple science, you can go after anything else that's hindering you in your everyday life. And just choose another direction. Reroute the self. All right? That's what's called metanoia. The Greek word that brings you to what? Thinking and repenting. And if I say repent, I say, go look up the etymology of repent. You'll find change your mind. To change your mind is to change your brain. You have something in your brain that's referred to as a neural pathway or neural pathways. Okay? And if you're walking one pathway and you want to change your mind and become a newer guy or a newer L, change your pathway. How do you change your pathways, Faise? I'm telling you, if you get the urge to do something and you want to act off of impulse, tell yourself, I am not pulse. Because the impulse is to say, I'm pulse. I'm just the instant gratification self. Say, I'm not pulse. I'm longevity. Okay? And at the root word of longevity, you get a word there. Long. Breathe. Long. When you get an impulse, say I'm not post, think longevity and breathe. Boom. You need it again? You want to write it down? You want to text it to yourself?
Man, you going off, and it's a lot of people just coming in here. They just crowding up in here, man. We got a lot of people in here. You going ham, bro. Go ahead, keep going. You going in. Like you saying, like, you making me proud. Just go ahead.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that people are here.
All right. So you can see that the Science of the Green Light teaching came out over a year ago, November 6, 2023. Remember? And we walked through the whole science of the green light. I taught you the whole science and then showed you and told everybody to go out and get their green lights.
Things had to be revealed. They say, no, cover it back up. Don't let these people activate. That's why I said the fire is us.
Get that 2 hour.
What's going to happen is when you get to this time next year, you have to elect yourself. You'll know what I mean when you get there. Actually, you'll figure out what I mean on your way. You have to elect yourself because you need a new precedent. A new president. They don't have any other presidents after Trump. Trump has been grown. That's it for them. That's why they gave you sleepy Joe and say, everybody go to sleep. What they're trying to do right now, if you go watch the movie Dark City, you'll understand fully. Because in the movie Dark City, they framed Murdoch, correct? We've spoken of that. They framed Murdoch. He was the one who was awake and could tune, and they was injecting everybody. Pay attention to what I'm saying. They were injecting everybody with this thing that caused those people to have newer memories of a world that they didn't exist in before they got to that sleeping point. They put everybody to sleep. They said, cover it up. What do they? We have our own time. When he starts off by Faise One, and there's a scene where Anki is on the craft. What is purgatory? Have as much power as they did in 2020. Listen, when you learn the science of altering your reality in the lucid dreaming realm, you learn the science of altering. Have I shown it? The reality is being altered. Everybody got to come home. So watch this. I say E.T. phone home. There are two parts of that home, which is a new heaven and a new earth. All right? They say home is where the what? The heart is. I got you. I see you. Home is where the heart is. Okay? So when you start where that green light is, and you say, this is home. Okay? Well, then you're building up to a new home. Where in my Father's home, listen, there are many mansions. In order for you to build up to that new home, E.T., you got to start at their heart, activate it, all right? Perfect this new song of purity. Open your eye with this your Father's name, God's Father, the Father's name written in your forehead, all right? And receive your crown. So Christians, you don't have to walk away from what I'm saying. It should resonate. I don't think you're walking away. It should resonate. It's just that if you see me step over into Hinduism or Islam or whatever, Sikhism, Jainism, wherever I step over into, my point of stepping over there is to show you Jesus in all of them walks.
Come on.
I can show you Buddha in Christianity. For those of you who have the misconception, Buddha is not a guide. Buddha is what's referred to, literally, go research it, as an extraordinary man, all right, or a good example, a great example. They follow the example of Buddha because of his ability to abstain or disconnect from the flesh. Go read the book of Galatians and you'll find the same thing. Overcoming the flesh, the desires of the flesh. That's what it brings back around to, again, lust was the birth of mortality. If you can't separate your soul from your floating around,
Phase for the ketone
war that was taking place with the music industry, which a lot of people, they sense music, come up out of the root, all right, all the way up through the heart.
Okay, so I think y'all get the point. The main point is we already covered the green light, signs of the green light. That teaching is 2 hours long. And then we had the books that I put out that were telling y'all, you know, where to go, what time to do what, how to activate certain things, right? Look, you're going to bear witness eventually. Some of y'all are already witnesses, okay? You be like, I don't know where these people was at, but that ain't where Omari is, right? So you remember X marks the spot? Okay? The tornadoes, the meteor shower, the artists I was putting on there, Andre 3000, the golden child, the green light on the White House, right? Let's go to the end. See? 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 You are the elect. You are the president, precedent, and precedents. It does not matter if they put Trump back in office or if they put Robert Kennedy Jr. in office. This is your world. Elect yourself. It is only time. You are in the 9th hour. Did Dr. Malachi York come out with the email? Remember, me and Ibrahim went in there and did the, what do you call it? We did the live. And Malachi came out. The only word that was missing was the word only. The title of his email that he sent Ibrahim was, "It is time." Right? I say to be ready, yet I know that you are ready. We are ready. Until we speak again, I love you in green letters. Right? You got to be able to pay attention. You got to be able to see. Pay attention to, watch this, let's read this. Either way, everyone must come home. It is that time to prepare to speed up your molecular structure to the point of evaporation. Yes, this is an Eve operation, as Eve does mean living. Bringing someone from the solid state of the materialistic being to the gaseous Jesus or etheric state of the godly being is a living work. It is not the same work of God or is it not the same work of God from the beginning? Indeed it is. Pay attention to your sun. What we in the middle of right now, this is a heat wave. Watch this. This is from 2024. Pay attention to your sun and how they are marking X's over it. Be one with the sun, children of the sun, children of the light. Be ready for the activation of the blue light. We already went through all that, right? Which will be called the True Blue Movement or Project Blue Beam. We already carried out the actual Project Blue Beam, right? And I explained that to y'all. The blue light activation will come in with the sun on June 20th of 2024. Behold, New Blue Sun. Same album that Andre 3000 came out with in 2023. That I talked about in the New Blue song in the book I came out with, How to Love Again, in 2022, before Andre 3000 said that. Purity, divine truth. Who are the 144,000? Are you of the chosen ones? Right? So now I'm telling you, chosen ones, what to be on the lookout for. Your sign, your signal is the green light. This is how it is written. This is how it will be. Look for the green light. What else? What other books? All these books that were written where I explained this, that, and the third and told people what to look for, what to look in for, what to look out for. Right? We got Protect the Crown. We got the Rehab book, How to Love Again, How Did He Die, Blue Kachina, Relax, all of these books. The Blue Kachina was another big one during the blue light. After the green light, right? Look at the cover. See the water is green. You see the trumpet is blue. And you see the kachina dancing and the eagle. You know who the eagle is. And you see the seer, right? And the lightning. Well, the first thing you say, peace, reader, step by step. That's how you will get there. That's how you got here. Even here we are, being the new and returned elite of our time with our eye on time. This is still the 8th year, 2024. 2 plus 0 plus 2 plus 4 equals 8. And I hope you have keeping up. This is the year of genetic upregulation. See the keyword regulation, which is dealing with rules being enforced by rulers. You are the little engine that could, and you were called in this great race. And it is said to all of you orators, start your engines or start your inches step by step as the disciples did in order to understand what is meant to be rulers or of the 12. There are, as you know, 12 inches in a ruler, and that is called a foot. Step by step, that is how you would get there. They were called disciples, not motivatees. You may not always have the motivation to do, but do keep that discipline. You are to stay up and keep watch. That's how you go. That's the only way. The green light come through swiftly. You have to stay up and keep watch. Better pay attention to the lightning. And now, let me tell you, some of y'all are going to be like, yo, because when we say it, it resonates. And you have to dig deep and figure out what resonate really means. Now you're going to see it. You're going to see it in between the lightning. Just watch. Stay up and keep watch. Now I got 3 witnesses around me. All of them are women. And they have all seen the green light that I've been telling y'all about. Just keep watching. It gets more interesting. The show ain't over. The show ain't over. The show isn't over. And all is well. We know time here is what we observe to be limited. We, and pick a title, are ascending by the day. The green light was all about the power of will to show you your what? Your glow as a Messiah by the power of Mashiach, and that does mean will. Right? Here we are, when we are, and when we were in the year 2024, meaning it's already passed. And we are about to embrace the blue light. It will be so at the solstice of this year, June 20th, 2024. The lights will go on at 12 a.m. on that day, no matter the time zone. So make sure that you are prepared. You don't have to turn off the green lights. In fact, you would do well to have at least one green light on in your home. Just make sure that the dominant light is blue, preferably baby blue, and royal blue will do just fine also. All right? Watch what he says. This is Omari. You will find this new surge to be quite calming and rewarding, even refreshing. You may feel a sense of relief, and I'll explain to you why. This is the reason for my hoping that all of you did hold on to the rope, because I know it wasn't easy, but you did need to understand that you must be able to sever your connection with your vices. The mass fasts that we did together were no publicity stunt. These were all tests of will. I know that there may be many of you who fall weak at times, as I have also, but we have no more time to lose. And the spirit is willing. See, I'm doing it in green coding, green color. And the spirit of will is strong. Quickly, go back and revisit the rehab book and come out of her. You must now. Right? So look, all of this is stuff that I was telling people. I said, remember that I have taught you the science of the dial tone, which I should say is the trial tone. And I will explain that. Test this out for yourself. Why did I put that in bold? Because I'm using the word trial. You have to listen. And if it is meant, you will see the true result of calling home. Stand in the shadow hour underneath the countless suns called stars. Be silent, and in your mind produce the sound of E. It will sound just as it appears to sound, and you can pitch shift to your own will. And the higher the pitch, the more effective. Watch the stars as you sound this tone telepathically, and it is the same tone that is sounded to you when you are being reached out to. It is the same sound that will be heard when you cover up your ears with both hands and be still. You will hear the E sound. The two other tones you can switch between are oo and Keep in mind, you are not to sound these tones aloud, but mentally, telepathically, which is what I did for y'all when we went out on the porch. When we went about the harmonic convergences, we sounded off ooh, and When sounding off the tone telepathically, sound off the tones E, ooh, and The key is to manage to sound the E, ooh, and off all at once telepathically, watching the heavens for results. You may see what? Dashing stars. You may see a bright flash, a single occurrence. Anybody here bear witness? Is anybody here that was there? I wrote this in a book in 2024, Tua. And I told you what you would see, Tua. And you went out there on my porch with me, right? And you saw exactly what I said you would see. I said, you may see dashing stars. How many people study with me? And I said, what? Stars don't dash. Stars don't shoot. Stars don't move. Right? How many people out there on that porch and saw what I'm describing right here? You may see, yeah, Phil, you were there. You may see dashing stars. I literally said, you may see a bright flash, a single occurrence. Meaning it doesn't flash and blink and blink and blink. It flashed one time, didn't it? How many people out there? I said, watch for green, quote unquote, shooting stars. And I'll remind you that stars don't shoot. Stars are stationary. So then what were they that y'all saw? Come on. I already put it in there. And now you bear witness, say, damn, how could he have predicted that? Well, first of all, I know what they are. I don't wonder what the twinkle star is. Watch for groups of stars. Didn't y'all see that? How many people out there? Y'all saw 2 and 3 of them at the same time. Didn't you? I said, watch for groups of stars dipping and zipping. If you are in that tune, dialing or trialing, they will hear your call and they will show you that they hear you. Didn't I say it? I did that for y'all while we was out there. Don't just accept what I'm saying. Test it and be patient. Now I got people who are witnesses. I had people that are witnesses for a while, but the ones who were original witnesses, they didn't bear witness. They said, not you. You didn't show us. Remember? They refused to bear witness. That was on them. They cut themselves off. Use your phone, your inner phone, and communicate through what? Tone. This means focus your attention on an intention, as in what you are wanting to say or ask, and put that intention inside of the tones you are sounding and sending off. I'm telling you how to communicate with them literally. I'm literally telling you. You got to read the books. Then I gave you the image. See? Inner phone. While your governments are yet in another arms race, a race for the advancement of hypersonic technology, which of course they will weaponize as hypersonic missiles, you will be ahead of them biologically. As you're focusing on each of these tones, projecting them to the heavens will allow you to access hypersonic science. Taught you with the hypersonic. See? Retire yourself, all of that. Lift every voice and sing. The green, overseers. Taught you about the grid. So the books, yeah. Look, divine intervention, where I showed you the crafts behind the one they call Jesus. There go what y'all saw. They were right there. They were close too. And now you ain't gonna be able to forget it. That's why I told you remember the flash. Huh? Resting. Watch this. You may become known by God through fasting. Y'all know who guys are. You saw some of them. You become known by God through warring with your vices. You become known by God through abstaining and through prostration and through exercise and through self-purification. Project Nawab or Project Supreme is now. And Project Blue Beam is now. Remember, we was in a blue light. This was 2024. If you're just hearing it, you're too late. But not too late. You're just too late. Told you. The color of the dream world is blue. So be ready for more vivid dreams and even occurrences of sleep incubation, whereby otherworldly messages from otherworldly beings may be delivered unto you. I told you all of that. You already went through all that. We already went through all that. Resting in the green light was purging you. The blue light, which has come soon, and even now, when you read or hear this, it would have made its way to you, or it would have surely been on its way, is a light that will aid in the furtherance of the purification. The green light had much to teach us all, and we are never to stop learning. So don't think I am saying that surpassing the green light in frequency means abandoning the same. No, the green light will always be with us. Emmanuel. When we were on our way yesterday to an event, to a gathering, right, which nobody was there. When we were on our way to peep what was going on earlier yesterday. Okay. I think I saw, either I saw a tag or a title or something, but it said Emmanuel. No, we saw a tag that said Shu, S-H-U. And Shu is one of a godfather of mine. That's his name, right? Or his AEO being. He's Shu. And Shu is, again, when we say Emmanuel is to say God with us. So on our way there, I said, look, they're saying Emmanuel, they're saying God is with us. And when I talked to my dad on the phone about the green flashes, he said, that's Yanun telling you he's with you. Right? Before we left the house yesterday, I was playing this teaching. Malachi York, El Khadir is with us. As Malachi said, what's El Khadir mean? The green one. Look. All of it is a part of it. No, the green light will always be with us. Emmanuel. We are simply elevating and taking on newer robes of blue. Notice how newer and newward sound alike. And newward means light. We are elevating and receiving light robes of blue in this walk. And it will be from the vortex of June 20, 2024 at 4:51 p.m. all time zones to the vortex of January 1st, 2025 at 12 a.m. You see that? You will be as Rekians. All right, I ain't reading all that. You had to be there. Okay, I went through Razak. Okay, so y'all see all of that, right? Atonement, the good, the pure, all of the blue light. I told you about the How Did Diddy Die book and told you how to pay attention to the movie Bad Boys, because the whole Bad Boys movie was coded in blue light, in the middle of the blue light movement. Talked about the conspiracies, all that playing out. They gonna put plants there. I told you rebel plants that are not real rebels, but they planted to be rebels. Right? Jinns can't be trusted, and neither can these so-called whistleblowers. Most of them are all in on the reverse psychology, psychological operations that are called repos. Here is one of the tactics of the evil elite when they fear that they are on the verge of exposure. Reveal a little to conceal a lot. I'm telling you this. This is a tactic that is essentially rooted in the art of misdirection. Look over there. Fooled you, didn't we? Yeah, that's what they're doing now, by the way. In the art of war, a tactic slide. Misdirection dances beneath the sky. A subtle dance of shadow and light to confound the enemy's sight. Beneath the surface, plans unfold. In arcana, secrets yet untold. A ruse, a feint, a swiftly play to lead the foe far, far astray. Like a masterful painter with brush in hand, bending glow across the land. A glitter of gleam, a shimmering veil to make the adversary's efforts fail. Through smoke and mirrors, listen. The door obscured, the enemy's vision forever blurred. A maze of mystery, a tangled said, I ensnare the jinn and keep them misled. This is Omari talking. I know the art of misdirection. This is Omari talking. I use it to lead my enemies astray. So let me explain more about how it's used against the masses and why I stand to reverse that misdirection. Here is what the evil elite do. They send a random man with the scruffy clothes and finger cut out gloves into the communities, and he's given his task, which is to yell over and over, extra, extra, read all about it, to attract people in search of truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. But what does it mean when something is extra in this sense? It typically means that that something is a part of something, but not an important component of that something. Do you understand? The popular saying is chew up the meat and spit out the bone. True? The bone in that case would be extra. So why would the bone need to be consumed? It's extra. And what is extra is discarded when it's all said and done. And that is exactly the point of the mystery man with the newspaper. Or it should be said that it is a newspaper or a tool that ropes one in and leaves them hanging on every word to one's detriment or death. Humans are not able to survive off of bones alone. And so be aware and beware. The call of consuming all extras is a trap and a trick of misdirection. People are herded to gather round an idea that is presented as a formula for a successful rebellion, and they trot right over the cliffhanger, falling to their depths. Look at how I spelled that. This means they tumble down the rabbit hole, becoming such a deep person that they actually are no longer able to differentiate between whether or not something is being presented as face value or beyond face value, which is the surface. It's the same surface they were seeking to travel beyond becomes the unobtainable. That is until they eject themselves from the depths of hell, a realm of confusion painted gold. Until they elect themselves, they are faced with a curse that they must reverse, or their up will be down and their down will be up. And when they are asked about the direction of the former, they will literally not know which way is up. They will have at that moment become too deep for their own good. This is why I taught people to come out of the rabbit hole and to avoid falling and trying to be a deep being. All you Kachinas, be braced and come up out of the kivas, the underground chambers, the chambers of secret, symbolic of being hidden in plain sight. You diamonds in the rough, know that you are on your way up, not down. The blue is here to beam you up, not down. All of you Azrakians or Azrakians, you blue Kachinas, know your new song and sing it now. Sing all together. Sing and watch me as I will perform a number for you. I choreographed or wrote this dance myself, and let it be revealed that I wrote it. I will dance now as my voice returns day by day, and you will see me dance, and I will perform a big reveal, and I will remove my mask. Remember, I am only projecting here, and so the art of transfiguration isn't foreign. When I remove my veil, and what great light may shine of a man unveiled who is still able to remove a veil, all will behold the truth. What a great day. Today is that day. Today is that day. Some will look to the east. Some will look to the west. What a dreadful day. It is both. In the great turn of events, there will be a procern of a Project 2025. Was it there? Didn't I tell y'all? And didn't they say, oh, Project 25. Where did it go? Project 25, they stopped talking about it, remember? But they were talking about it for a while. And I wrote this in 2024. Early 2024, by the way. And I will stand there in purple garment. Remember, some will look to the east, some will look to the west, some will stay in the blue. They did. Some of y'all got left behind. And you don't even know it. Some will fall with and for the red Kachina, the Antichrist. That's happening now. And I will swiftly walk away from them. And you will see me standing with the Lamb. With the what? A green glow. Some of y'all, the two sisters that were with me last shadow, they saw it. A green glow. It wasn't a flash. The one that stayed there for 3 seconds. It did like this. Green. You will see me standing with the Lamb with a green glow and a blue collar and a purple crown. What a great day. So do not be of those who dread that day. Did they not expect the Lamb to walk the grounds of the new world? Surely I will be there, and I am a fellow servant. What does that mean? Don't bow down to me. Just walk with me. So watch. Dance. Let's dance. Didn't I say that? I said, watch me dance. Let's dance. Remember these words. Let's dance. And none will know the meaning excepting those, the blue Kachinas. Because what is a song without instruments? This is to say, what is a mantra without yantra? What instrument will it be? Oh, when the earth shakes again and all over. Remember that I said the instruments are harps. And we are harp angels. And this means we are messengers of a new world. And we will destroy the destroyers of the earth. We will quake the quakers and the end is not yet. We are only harp angels or harbingers, and more is to come. And when the red Kachina comes, it will be war. So do not be of those who fall for the Antichrist. Do you see the S? Let the blue and red realities collide and walk swiftly with me. I was teaching this in the blue line. Do not blue and red yield purple? On the turn of 2025, I will be there with you in spirit. All white will be the gown and purple will be the crown. So have your attire. Now, this is the beginning of 2024. How many people met with me on January 1st, 2025? What do we wear? Let me prove it. Somebody said, prove it. Let me prove it. In a song called Can't Stay Here, featuring myself by a sister named Pharaoh. What do you see me wearing? All white. What do you see on top of my head? This was 5 months ago. You see us in all white. What's on top of my head? A crown. Purple. All white will be the gown and purple will be the crown. So have your attire. Not everybody made it there. Now watch this. What light you see? Purple. You see where people are all white. You see the energy? Everybody's there, right? Only a few made it.
Can't stay here, Malakazi. Can't stay here, Malakazi. Can't stay here, Malakazi. Can't stay here. 144 can't stay here. We all gotta leave here one day and stay here. I hope you don't take it for granted. Like it's precious, just take it for granted. Was made in the image of God. Yeah, God, you believe in a man. Stay. Okay, let's take a look and stay. Even a fool can write a book and stay. If you like reading, I know a man's been teaching. Keys to the secrets they keep staying. He got answers to questions I know you've been asking. Like where do we go when we die? What is the real name of God? Is hell real? Are we alone and not stay? Can't stay.
Yeah, where do we go when we leave? Do we leave our soul in the trees? We know what it means to be hopeless at least. The more you know, the more you coast it for free. We genetically expressed and chosen to lead. What they hear when we open our teeth and we speak. Speak to me kindly, just like I am speaking to you. I treat you like we family. I see you for you. Atmosphere pressure shift, you gotta get used to it. And the new stewardship, we know the reveal when the chimes sound. Hear that grandmama clock as it winds down. See, we graduated and evacuated. They was mad we made it, but they had to face it through the aggravation. They didn't have to stay here, they just had the patience to get activated. They be calculators, 144K.
We all gotta leave here one day and stay. I hope you don't take it for granted. Like it's precious, just take it for granted. You was made in the image of God. Stay. God, you believe in the next day. Okay, let's take a look and stay. Even a fool can write a book and stay. If you like reading, I know a man's been teaching. Keys to the secrets they keep staying. He got answers to questions I know you've been asking. Like where do we go when we die? What is the real name of God? Is hell real? Are we alone or not? God, the can't stay. Don't take it for granted. 140 for granted. We all gotta leave here one granted. 140 for granted. We all gotta leave here one granted. 140 for granted. We all gotta leave here one granted. 140 for granted. We all gotta leave here one granted. Dr. Mala, take it for granted. Dr. Mala, don't take it for granted. Dr. Malachi, Dr. Malachi.
They are equipped to destroy the planet if they have. And in the Revelations again, when they speak about it, about the star hitting the planet Earth and going down and making a hole in the planet Earth, a pit. This was my life I was talking about. The only time these extraterrestrials, these beings, will interfere with what's taking place in the planet is when the devil gets ready to destroy the planet and destroy a lot of children. Then they will intercede on the behalf of the righteous, like Honorable Mama taught. And they know all the righteous, and they will call them by their name, and they will respond, and they will take them up into the ship. And then they will release fireballs against the earth to destroy the planet.
Holding on to the
holding on to the road. Yeah, doctor's orders, never let it go. Yeah. All right.
As the owner of Walton Goggins Goggle Glass.
All right, so y'all saw that, right? The name of it, what? Can't Stay Here. That was the purple light. Some of y'all came for the purple light, y'all ain't make it back. Some of y'all didn't make it the first time, and you made it the second time. Some of y'all made it the first and the second time. It's up to you. You decide what it means. All I'm saying is, I ain't went nowhere. I'm still on the center. You heard me say in the song, if they just had the patience to get activated. Some people, they saying they want to be this, that, or the third, but they're not proving it. Some people are saying, I'm ready. But they're not showing they're ready because they're not showing up. Some people say, I'm about to do it, here I come. And they don't get there. And now you're not dealing with Omari. You're dealing with beyond Omari. Now you're not dealing with Faise. You're dealing with beyond Faise. Now you're not dealing with visible light. You're dealing with the unseen. It is activated. Listen, I'm going to say it 3 more times. It is activated. It is activated. It is activated. And the show isn't over. Now, whoever made it to this show, what color do we wear? All black. You already hit the crown. You're in ultraviolet now. Some of y'all are trying to figure out, tell us what's the white light? You're still looking for a light. I told you, when we get there, when you go to rest in the new day, which is you're in now you're turning the lights off when you go to rest. You're in the shadow. I gave you the lights so that you have something tangible to help you make the decision. Now the decision must have been made by now. That's why I was talking to some of y'all, how I talked to some of y'all abruptly. You were looking for an excuse not to ascend, and I wasn't going to give it to you. I mean, you have to deal with the decision. What do you want? You better pay attention. One of the sisters in the song or in the video said, "Man, I done watched this man change in every light. This is not the same man that was speaking in the green light." Exactly. Now, here's the question. Are you the same person I was talking to in the green light? Are y'all the same people I was talking to? If so, you're not here. You got to be here. The show ain't over. Keep watching. And what I love about my position is I don't got to know the whole thing. I'm just standing in agreement. That's the difference between me and a lot of y'all. Y'all will claim you agree. You're agreeable. And then you will present disagreeableness. I'll give you an example. You ain't seen me make certain moves. I never make those moves. You never seen me make certain moves. And then I send mine angel messengers, all women, and say, let them know this. This is about to move. I didn't come in and say it. The women came in and said it. There's a reason for that. I said, watch this. Yo, tell them this. We got to make this move. And then it ain't even the question. It's the energy behind the question. It's the statements. You ain't going to get shit from me until something shifts. Whoop, whoop. It's the energy behind the statements. It's the energy behind the questions. And I'm sitting here watching it. I need a picture. I need to see him. I need to hear him. I sent you 2 pictures. I gave you 2 images with signs in them. Not a word on the signs that I held up. Not a word on my positioning. Now I need him to speak. That's why I said, yo, send him this scripture. Thou shalt not tempt the Lord. I'm not calling myself the Lord. I'm telling you who you sound like. the one who was trying to tempt the Lord. If you really that, then turn these stones to bread. What are you doing? I've already shown you. Only thing we have room for is agreeableness. And then what I was saying, move, I didn't even say, tell them move it right now. I said, tell them to take 2 weeks to July 8th. And everybody come together on July 8th. Y'all asking as if I said, tell them today. And I watched some people like, yo, man, I'm sure he going to explain it. I'm sure like one of the brothers said, I'm sure light is going to be shown on this also, just like light is shown on everything. I say, look, they're going to one of the brothers. That's one of the ones who stayed up and kept watch. That saw me outside. I flagged him down with the light and he walked right up on me. And I was able to give him his part and his play, his role. I'm just looking. And the sisters is like, it's all three of the sisters like, wow, why are they saying this? Wow, you see that? Wow, you see that? I said, they still doing it? I said, okay, who said something? Oh, that person says, okay, write this name down. Oh, who said that? Okay, write that name down. Who laughed? Who did a laughing thing? Who was that? All right, write that down. Because there should be nothing said other than we got you. Now, if you feel like that shouldn't be at this point, then you're out of place. Because you've already bore witness. I brought 2 groups together to see who you're dealing with. And I just played a video that if I take and turn the sound off, you will still see the divinity in the group. You already bore witness. Now, you're operating in a new light. You better be ready. Because if I don't see you, I don't see you. And I'm not going to be able to hear it. See? 2 groups have come together. Y'all all bore witness. Every single last one of y'all were able to see. And what are you asking? What is the question? As a matter of fact, where's your proposal? What's your plan of action? You think I'm going to sit around with y'all? I've been watching you. You think my goal, I don't know your goal. You think my goal is to sit around with y'all and talk and lollygag as time kicks the bucket? As time passes? You think I'm going to just sit there? No, it's activation time. You hear that? So, if you want to ask me a question, you better have your own plan of action about this type of stuff. Because if I say, you know what, never mind, what are we going to do? We're going to sit around and read books? We're a book club. That's why we got elite people together to sit around and read books. If I don't say anything, and I say, okay, I'll withdraw that. We're not doing anything. What are we going to do? A movie night? What are we going to do? A game night? I don't get no pushback on that. If I say, let's all get an Airbnb and play games, ain't everybody showing up. I say, just hold on. Be ready for this day, just in case. And it's a whole thing. Don't worry, though. Because like I said, everything is being recorded. Everything is being seen. Today is Dr. Malachi York's birthday. And some of y'all were on a live with me. And you can't lie to me because I don't care. You can only try to convince yourself you can lie to you. If you saw that green light, you saw it. If you did it, you did it. Now, Two sisters saw it in person. I had both of the sisters come to both of my sides and tell y'all on live earlier this AM, right? What they tell y'all? Yeah, we saw the green light. What they tell y'all? Yeah, Omari was talking with his dad. Pay attention. Keep your phone by you today. The show isn't over. He was talking with his father, Bodie, about the green light and said, yo, what's the green light? And his father said, this happened last night. His father said, exactly, in unison, no coaching. I don't know who could have coached anybody that fast. It had just happened. I just got off live and got right back on. Why did I get off live? Because the shit was blowing and we'll go over it another time. My dad was like, oh, that you saw the green flashes. That's Yanoon. Yanoon is getting in touch with you. He's contacting you. He ain't going to contact you in the acknowledgement of the people that get it in the physical world. It ain't going to be like that. That's Yanoon. Remember I told you you can't imprison Yanoon? Right? So watch this. Talk to him about the green light. Here's what my dad said. My dad said, you know, my dad is legally blind, but he can see. I'm going to say that again one more time. You know, my dad is legally blind, but he can see. Okay? I'm talking to my dad on the phone. My dad said, you got those 3 women that are with you. He started breaking down who each and every one of them were. He said, and who got on white? I said, all 3. Everybody laughed. I said, all 3 of them got on white. And I was wearing black. Stay with me. He said, something's about to happen. He said, and they're going to witness it. Something about to happen tonight, and they're going to witness it. And they did. They saw the green light knock me on my back in the house. And it knocked the power out too. And they saw while I was on the floor, one of the sisters standing in the doorway. I got to keep going over it. Yes, you'll hear me go over it a few times. I told them the same thing. I got to keep reminding them because that's not in this dimension. One of the sisters stood in the doorway and another sister was sitting. I'm laying on the floor because I'm knocked out. Like literally I got knocked on my back. So I'm still awake, but I ain't moved since I got knocked on my back. 2 of the sisters saw. I'm looking out the door. They looking out the door. One of them standing in the doorway. 2 sisters saw not just a green light, a green glow. And it flashed just as long as I'm about to hold my hand in front of the screen. It did like this. And they exclaimed. They were like, oh my God. And one of them was just like, whoa, like, wow, oh my God. And I said, see? And I was on the phone with my homie. She can bear witness to at least hearing it. And when the light flashed, I'm laying down on my side and the shit threw me back again. And one of the sisters said, it felt like something pulled me by my arm and snatched me. I said, exactly. I said, but it wasn't a snatch. It was a push. You hear me? They saw it, y'all. 2 of our sisters can bear witness to what I've been telling you. The green light is real. It's real. El Khadir with us. And I talked to my dad. I'm going to tell you what he said, just in case. And if I can't say it, it's because I'm not supposed to tell you. So let's see. So I was talking to my dad. He said, I told him what happened. I just talked to him 2 hours ago. Told him what happened. He said, man. He said, yo. He said, I already know. He said, and Yanu might have already downloaded it to you. And my dad said this. And he said, we laughing on the phone. He yelling. Right? It's Malachi's birthday today, by the way, if you don't remember. All of this happened when his birthday came in. Remember? This is how his birthday came in. And I told you there's a vortex open. And my dad said the same thing. There's a vortex that he could walk right through. And he yelled when I said it. He said, that's the confirmation. He said, yeah, I might have already downloaded it. So I laughed. Because I'm not claiming anything. All I'm saying is every green flash knocked me out. Took me out my body. And it was crazy to see some of the recordings of the green light and not see the green light. So when y'all couldn't see it, I don't know what that is. Only reference I have is looking at the videos that were screen recorded and seeing nothing. I didn't see any green. But the whole time I'm pointing in the sky like this. I'm like, it's right there. It's green. You see the green light? Y'all see the flashes? Look, it's right there. The shit was coming over me. You can look, if you got the recording, you should see a broad ass lattice grid looking ship behind some clouds with an outlined edge. You should see it. You should see it. I'm about to go crazy. You should see it. It was right there. Because I saw what was behind it and I said, the only thing is they won't what? I said, they won't move the clouds. If they move the clouds, y'all gonna know I'm not crazy. And then maybe some more of you will get there. All I want is as many as you as possible to get there. That's it. That's it. That's it. Then leave me alone. Then leave me alone. Because you don't know what's coming. You don't know. I know. So you should have been able to see that. It was right behind it was literally, I'm like, bro, if they just move the clouds, you'll see it. And then what will happen? What would they say then? Would they say I did Project Bluebeam? Would they say that it was CGI and I'm on fucking live? What would these devils say then, y'all? When I say, look, I'm not crazy. You know the Elio in the movie? The movie Elio? Elio. What light you see? What color? Green. Purple. Blue. Elio. Some of the shit from Elio came out of the Childish movie, by the way. But who's complaining?
Okay, coming.
What that look like? What that look like? Whose symbols is that? Right? What color is he wearing? Right?
Get me.
Green. 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 Purple.
You okay?
I'm trying to get abducted by aliens.
Elio!
Skipping school.
Green. Green.
I don't know if this is boundary testing or sleep regression or which one of these is you?
I don't know, but I think that one is you.
Green.
My son, are you prepared to become the greatest war machine in the universe?
I don't know.
Your life isn't up there, Elio. You need to make friends.
I just want to belong somewhere.
Make friends.
What lights? Green.
I just want to belong somewhere. So if any aliens are listening, please come and get me. Okay, bye. I love you.
Threw a signal and they came to find me. What's that? Crystal that I told y'all literally about in one of the visions. Well, I want you to pay attention to this. Because it's real quick. What color is that? I know you can't really see it because you're looking at a screen, from a screen. But what color is that? From where I'm at, this is bright green. Green light. Now, tell me they didn't copy off of the Childish movie. Just tell me they didn't. So I can look at you crazy. Tell me they didn't copy off the Childish movie. Just tell me. And then, let me calm down. When you watch, oh yeah, I'm a Retta Rats on Me music video about Faise One. It's out now, by the way. If you didn't know. Okay. Childish. When they were taking bro up, what did he keep saying? I ain't talking about this nigga. What did he keep saying when they were taking him up? He kept repeating some words. 3 words. What'd he say?
Well,
He kept saying what? I knew it. What light are they coming down in? The green light.
Enki God, son.
I knew it.
I knew it. What color is he wearing? Green.
I knew it.
I knew it.
Aliens, aliens, aliens.
The whole time, bro kept saying, I knew it in the movie. The green light craft pop up. The green light craft pop up. And he goes up in what? The green light.
You guys have poetry. And man, y'all are tall. There's gotta be basketball.
They copy right off the movie. It's all good, though. Don't worry. It works in our favor.
It's really happening.
It's really happening. Look at him. He's going up in the green light.
We search the universe
For the dreamers and stargazers.
like you.
Stargazing. Stargazers.
You. We search the universe
For the dreamers and stargazers.
like
Stargazers. They think they slick. Stargazing.
And 30th time, disable the alarms. If you decide to go do your little weird galaxy watching thing.
Stargazing.
Stargazing. What's the dreaming part?
It's a dream, and it feels oh so good. Yes, it feels oh so good, but it's only a dream.
Only a dream. What was that? Y'all can't even hear that because that's too low. That's too low for y'all to hear. But some shit just boomed right over my house. Oh, it's about to get interesting, by the way. The show isn't over. So, you thought last night was something.
like you.
What? Ew. Oh, no. My name's Elio. Well, what's your name?
Name's who? Elio. 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 Aliu. Aliu.
Finally fitting in, and now Grygon's gonna blow everyone up? These are the lava tunnels. Claude and I am not fireproof! Why didn't you say something? Just get in my mouth. It's actually kind of comfy in here. It is? I've never been in there.
Only in theaters. When? When? Only in theaters June 20th. You bear witness yet? Don't worry, because the show isn't over. June 20th. Where I told y'all we were switching from the purple light into what you call the white light, the black light, or the ultraviolet light. Remember Protect the Crown book? Peace, reader. I was born on the mountaintop. That's how it starts, right into it. By now, if you've been walking with me, you should know what that means. If you don't, you may refer to my scroll rehab. Just how many calls have rung out, I ask you, from time's first breath to its warping moment? Does the number dawn or rise on you at all, that of the souls who sprawled through this plane? How many have come? How many had the knowing to explore relentlessly the opportunities surrounding their ascensions? Through the wide gates the light traveled, and how many are trapped in its bipolar gravity? Yeah, Protect the Crown is other level. All right, look at the livograms. I tell you the truth, that at this very point, especially if you have been traveling alongside me for years or even months, and if you've read even one of my books, and or if you've heard my teachings, and or my music, and or if you took heed when I stood tall on the mountain and I screamed the tones of Malachi's or York, look how I put it in green, and I raised my pinky and pointed upward, and you heeded or headed in that direction even one step's worth, you must be in the know that there will not be acceptable an utterance of I didn't know from you. Truly you knew before you found me, I reminded you. And for what reason did I do so? Some have argued it to be for clout or personal gain. Some have foolishly asserted that my plight is based on money. Many have suggested plenty against me. To you and they, I say that it doesn't make sense to believe or receive that I have only come for money or clout or attention. It is not hard to see that I am very wise and intelligent in various areas. It ain't hard. If I do say so myself. If I do say so myself, it's my book. If it were a money and attention thing, then I could have easily signed up to play with the countless soldiers of Satan. Come on. It would not have been complicated at all for me to actually be a deceiver or a grifter or a swindler or a schemer or a skimmer or a scammer. Why would anybody with those intentions willingly decide to make or take the more difficult route that doesn't add up? The music industry, Hollywood, doesn't favor truth speakers. So with my wit and wisdom, I decided to speak the truth in order to join them. You can see my face. In order to join them, these so-called conscious community leaders and spiritual leaders have a strong dislike for Malachi Zoduk York. So with my smarts and soundness, I decided to promote Malachi Zoduk York in order to join them. Again, it doesn't make sense. The real reason for my teaching or reaching out to remind as many as I can is because I care. There were times when I didn't want to care because the burden was heavy on me and it has never been easy. The aims were most often unlikely. I still went for it because I saw it to be important enough to do so. And I will keep on with the keeping on until my expiration here. And yes, there may be some who will still cast stones at my grave. Let them. Notice how I said, let them be and put it in red. It won't be your speaking in my defense alone that will protect this motion. It will be your will to apply whatever was found to be important enough for you to apply, and your efforts to help make things here in this life realm more favorable for those who find themselves birthed into it. This goes on until it's over. I underline that. I was not, listen how I'm speaking, an infallible man. I was an event of vitality. Look into my eyes and you will see no lies. Look at them. What emotion is that is being expressed? And this is where they capture you in your most vulnerable moment. This is a photo that was taken when I got locked up. That's your most vulnerable moment. This is my mugshot. No cameras, no paparazzi. I didn't even know they leak your shit on the internet. I found that out later. But this was me when I'm just sitting there standing. You see? Look into my eyes and you will see no lies. Let's speak more about the sin-born and the vortex they are conceived into. So I talked about the trap people are born into. I showed you symbols of the trapezoid. What? Okay. Remember, those who overstand or stand over high enough to see the top of the table are in much more of a favorable spot than those who understand or stand under too low to see the tabletop. All right, and then, okay. Look, let's trap the devil. Who am I still shouting out? Dr. Malachi York. Don't ever let them tell you otherwise. That's not a part of it. Get your house in order. Complete the house fully and raise beyond the satanic foundational base. All these images. What? To those who are on the journey of ascension, be in the mind to know that this is not your first ascension and it won't be your last. Each step towards another ascension is just that, a step. Imagine that you are walking up a flight of stairs. That's why I did it that way. You see that first step, the second step, and then this step? Imagine that you are walking up a flight of stairs. Every step covered is another degree or iota achieved. Told you about the iota. Showed you 0 and 1 to be 9. I literally made that. Dr. Malachi York broke that down. The iota, and the aorta of the. Nobody can teach this, by the way, unless they copy and right out of this book. Just letting you know. They don't have it. Right? The lamb symbol. And I showed you all three of them. The lamb, the aorta, and the iota. They even sound alike. Like why I oughta. Right? Pharaoh, Phi, and Ro. Broke that down when you put Phi and Ro together. Look at the crook. I showed you that. The Pharaoh, Pharaoh. And showed you that when you put Phi and Ro together, you literally get the same thing. Somebody holding a scepter, Pharaoh. Nobody can teach that unless they teach right out of this book. They don't have anything to talk about until I make a book. You know that, right? Sound familiar? They don't have anything to talk about until I go live, right? Sound familiar? But it don't matter. Because while you're trying to copy, we're leagues ahead of you. We're only putting out what's supposed to be put out in time. The number 23, we're in that 23rd year. Lamb, 23, 23rd, 2 plus 3, 5, 5th chapter, Revelation chapter 5. The Lamb sitting in the center shows you this. You know they don't have that symbol, right? So if you ever see that, they got to take it out of this book. The 4 hearts pointed toward the center and outside of the center. There go a heart right here. There go a heart right there. There go a heart right there. There go a heart right there. I will show you in this phenomenon illustrated in the symbol. I showed you the Lamb and the 4 living beings in the symbol right here. Right? North, east, south, west. Right? 7 times 4, another sacred number. Showed you all of the sigils of the Arabic alphabet. Broke it down to you. The hidden secret, chapter 74, 7 times 4. Tell them 130. Yeah, tall hat. The pyramid, right? What was it? I think Genesis 28:12. All of that's from the overstander's point of view. That's the X with the sun in the center, right? Okay, your way out is in. All the people who was talking shit, look, you just got a gift. All the people talking about where is his lodge and da 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 da. I don't have to utter or say anything, but I put the lodge in my book. And I put it in my songs. I put all kinds of stuff. I said, put in twin with 2 ends. And I kept saying there were twins who started a lodge, who had a lodge out in Venetian Hill. I literally said that. So now you've been able to see it. And if you can't see it now, I don't know what to tell you. But they're twins. You can literally look at their names. Antonio Martinez Bullard, 33rd degree, deputy, district grandmaster. Anthony Maurice Bullard, 33rd degree, district grandmaster. Right? Let me show you that emblem form. And then, look, I did it so subtly. I'm not even talking about the line. I just showed you in the book. And then I went on to talk about what I was talking about. But there it goes. That same lodge that was on Venetian Hill. Yeah, those are the twins I was telling y'all about. The 2 genies. They were both tall, melanin dominant. They walked around with turbans. And their eyes had like pearly effects. And they said, we want to talk to you about the square. They grabbed my hand and pulled me through with the permission of my Omi. So they met with the matron first. Some of y'all don't know, but don't worry. You'll learn eventually. Right? So you see the hearts? I told you how to put the 2 hearts together and you'll see the Masonic emblem right there. See? They can't teach this, by the way, unless they take this. Okay. I said, those who keep their eyes on the clock are wise, clockwise. Let's rotate this image about its central axis point and lock it in place in each of the 4 directions until we've completed a full circle or a full 360-degree rotation. Here's what we end up with. Right? I broke down another symbol in here. Okay, if you're paying attention. Talked about the good news. Nebuchadnezzar. Nebu, protect the crown. Nebuchadnezzar. Nebu is Nuwabu. Nuwabu protects the crown. Message, warning to the ones who are of the crown. Those of you who are of the elite few. Those of you who stand in the essence of the purple light. Remember, we are gods, yet we are not the most high. Why would I remind you of that? Because Nebuchadnezzar lost his mind. Right? Reject this if you are not willing to overcome the spell of belief. It is your right to reject what I extend towards you. And so I advise you to not be of the ones who become mindless and forgetful. Their crowns were not protected, and along with their minds lost they their way. The foolish one denies their teacher based on or due to the apparent absence of the teacher. I'm going to read that again. The foolish one denies their teacher based on or due to the apparent. It appears that I wasn't around. Absence of the teacher. But I was watching y'all straight from somebody's FaceTime. The wise one honors their teacher based on the value of having been in position to teach them alone. The foolish one seeks to overthrow their teacher. The wise one seeks only to learn evermore, and this will mean that no matter what they go on to teach, they will always respect the way of the teacher. Protect the crown from all loose thinking. This means mind your mind. Make it an active habit to let your mind tell your body what to do, as opposed to allowing for your urges and impulses to sit in the seat of autonomy. Build and maintain a psychic self-defense. Keep in mind, when you're using the word psychic self-defense, that the word self is planted in the middle. This idea of a self is expressing about or dealing with that which is referred to as the auto. Go look it up. Which to me is the you, or the version of you that you have to come to know, or the version of you that you may not be in tune with at this point in your travels. Don't miss how the word auto is rooted in the word autonomy. Autos, self. Nomos, law. Do you see? It has been taught that the word Islam is an acronym for I, self, law. I'm doing that on purpose. And master, because someone gets stuck on Lord. And just as this acronymic breakdown within itself is an affirmation of autonomy, you may now be able to see the autonomy hidden in that breakdown as the word self-law. Self-law, automos. Okay, autonomos, self-law. Self-law, which does mean autonomy. The decode here also of the word autonomy is auto-know-me. You ought to know me. All of it points to the center, which is the self. Upon first thought, psychic self. Okay, I brought down psychic self. Okay. Heed this, crown ones, that before you point a finger and proclaim that there are evil devils, demons coming to attack you, make sure that you lay no items that attract these beings and guard your mind brain like the cherub guards or the cherub guards the Garden of Eden. Secure your home. Lock the doors to your mind brain and vet any notion before that notion is granted entry. Before one screams out in anger about what Dracula is destroying in their place of residence, they would favor more to reflect on who opened the door to let them in. Okay, what movie did they come out with after I dropped this book? They came out with a movie called Sinners. Sinners! They came out with a movie called Sinners, right? And what was the whole thing? Right here, what I put in the book. Okay, never mind. There are people that could exist in one circle that may be door openers or reverse gatekeepers. This is a science that the true and willing people should look deeper into. If one is plagued with a parasite, isn't it true that the parasite isn't responsible for yielding the environment that is suitable for itself to live within? If one is enduring a demon's wreaking havoc in their home, the demon didn't create the environment that was conducive for it. Psychic self-defense is achieved by first coming to grips with the truth that one has full autonomy over all of their actions. You have the power over all things. This doesn't mean that you control everything. It means that you have the power over all things you have control over. Person, place, thing. 1, 2, 3. You are a person in a place doing things. All right. I think I'm pretty wise. These are pretty wise books. All right. Yeah, I tell you how to laugh and utter a counter spell. Defense is fighting. Law of attraction plus law of assumption equals affirmation. Material plane, mental plane, material plane. Think of it this way, if you will. Ayudo, self-help, auto. You speak elite. Okay. You are now in the season of knowing. Okay. If you are, watch this. Take heed and be deceived no longer. If you are truly of the elite, then this is for you. Say the word few aloud and you will hear the word for you, for you. Only the chosen will overstand because they have indeed already made the decision. You are now in the season of knowing. No, this doesn't necessarily mean that you know some type of special information that you can go around and talk about proudly. You, crowned ones, now know a language that is extremely rare in this life realm. You speak elite. You speak elitish. You speak ET. You speak Elio. Then they came out with the movie. You speak Elliot. Not many speak it. And you are aware of this. You are also aware of what takes place in the mind, body, and soul of the speaker of this language of rarity. You recognize those who speak it. You also can detect who is willing to learn. Find they the willing and see if they are true also. Locate them in the sea of lost souls and draw them out as Moses was drawn out and raise them up. The few do not have to be worried about the few they are in company of. They are all bosses, as are you. Boss does not mean good, so take no offense to the action of anyone's falling away or sinning against themselves. This will be, and it is of no concern to you. Ain't that happening now? Happens to few people. I see y'all. I see you. I'm looking right at everybody. Think of it, crowned ones, that you've all been handed $144,000 apiece and sent out to build and change the fallen world for the better. And real quick, I want to stop right here and flex my ego, if y'all don't mind. Everybody that done talk shit, challenged me, said I wasn't chosen, uplifted everybody else, said I was an agent, said I was an industry plant, said I was a this, that. Can y'all find me the books where they able to do this? First of all, who among them even have books? Not even a book. Books. But can y'all find me stuff where you read it and it's like, damn, wow, woo. I. No? Exactly. What happened when they pick up their pen? Shit, they just regurgitate shit if they do. I promise you, go find me one of their books and see if you don't find shit that everybody's talking about. You read these books, you ain't heard nobody breaking this stuff down, saying this stuff, giving you these symbols. Pay attention. This book is called Protect the Crown. Will somebody type out how the people can get the books? Yeah, I will send the books this Saturday, all right? Some of y'all hold me accountable. I know it'll been 3 weeks. Okay, this Saturday I'll send the books. All right, somebody type out how the people can get the books. I hear people asking. No robber is able to take from you these funds. You are not able to misplace these funds. These funds cannot expire. The only way these funds are able to depart from you, other than your investing or spending them as if you yourself strike a match, spending them is if you yourself strike a match and set these funds aflame. And think of it, crowned ones, that you will observe even few among the few who will strike matches and set aflame their funds. You are not responsible for this foolish act. You hear me? Meaning, if you see them self-sabotaging, you are not responsible for that. You with me? All right, I'm about to pin it. That's how y'all get the books. Make sure you read it thoroughly. Don't just send money. Make sure you understand that you're supposed to send your email too. All right? But you can send whatever you want to send. And think of it, crowned ones, that okay, cool. You cannot hand over or share your funds with them. Look, they cannot borrow any more than what was handed to them, and not a single cent will go unaccounted for. Why did I underline this? You'll see. For even the one called Satan once held a bag full, and what became of his funds, and where are his matches? The lot were consumed by flames of grave vanity, deadly ego, poisonous ignorance, leeching lust, all the same. Protect your funds, 144,000. The crown portal is open. If you've been off in the deep end, come home. The portal's open at certain times. And this is one of those times. And this is the last time for this time period. Bear witness, bear your cross, and return. I will share this with you, something no one has mentioned because it was not written for them to do so. Edward Garland, an attorney who represented Malachi Zadok York. Wait, what happened, Faise? I thought you had Malachi Zadok York in green. Now you put it in purple. Oh, you paying attention. In the beginning of the great test. What test? I thought Malachi Zadok York just got locked up. That was it. Bears a name that resonates deeply with the theme of the protection of the crown. The name Edward translates to protector, while Garland signifies crown. Together, the two build up a beaming reminder of the need to safeguard the crown, the mind and soul, especially during these transformative times, the final moments of the ninth hour. This hour symbolizes the activation of the crown chakra. Okay. I think I see. I'm pretty wise. I think I see. All right, look, I showed you this. Those who take up their staff and walk with the Lamb up Mount Zion, keep watching because the show is not over. As 144,000 will be in place to bring about that activation, I reveal to you what has never been said or seen or said. And that is how even in the hieroglyphics or the hieroglyphs of the ancient Egyptians, you are able to find in the number system the story of the 144,000. It is being revealed now because it's time for it to be revealed. Observe this image. What do you see? This is how you write 144,000 in hieroglyphics, by the way. Some of y'all gonna think I'm just saying it. Go study it, research it, you'll see. This is the number 144,000 in hieroglyphics. You should be able to make out the Lamb, who is also the shepherd, standing with a few of the chosen by that Mount Zion, prepared to walk up it. You should also be able to make out an extraterrestrial craft with its beam-up technology activated, engaged in the mount, waiting for those who will be ready to ascend, just as the Lamb did before, Acts 1:9, up into the craft and taken up to be with the Lamb in the crystal city. Only those who have the soul, Son of God, will be able to board. Know what this means when you read what I'm able to write, because I can't know what it means for you. Only the elect will know. Only the knowing will know. No. I can say that the sun is the Nebu of the gold, and that Nebi also means messenger or message. The message of God must be in you, and the knowing must be the same. Same. Yeah. So I wrote it all out. Go read Protect the Crown. Go read all. You got to read all of the books. It's all written out. With this offer, let's see what else. What do you end with? Yep. Degree of thought. The dot. See that? Degree of thought. DOT. With this offer of a jewel of awareness of the 3 degrees of cautious. Beings that are called jinns, demons, and evil spirits, etc., exist in the realms of thought. Mind your ideas, mind your ideologies, mind your philosophies, mind your mind. Protect the crown from the harmful effects of intrusive thinking. To hear the voice of God, drown out the voice of devil. See you on the dot. Omari, Violet, Light. Have you ever seen him before? You heard of the red one? You heard of the green one? You ever seen the purple one? 74 pages. Keep your eyes open. The show ain't over. Keep watching. The show is not over. Stay up and keep watch. He won't yell now. Who is who among you? Can you tell now? All right. Y'all give me a second. Let me check this real quick. And I'm about to go to... Oh, I told y'all keep y'all what? Stay by the what? Stay by the phone today. Stay by the phone. Stay by the phone today. All of y'all. Stay up. Keep watch. If you don't got your notifications turned on, turn them on. Stay by the phone today. Last shadow, some of y'all saw the green with me. I showed you. I said, watch, you're going to see. I said, come and see my soul bleed intensely when we take over worlds Armageddon them. These are the scars of a veteran. I'm from where you never been whole. Was a so long in transmission. You know, my Umi called me and went off on me. She like, nigga, where the fuck you think you going? I said, what? She like, where the fuck you think you going? Where you going? I said, Umi, they right over my house. She said, I know, but where you going? It ain't time yet. How you gonna just leave? My Umi be knowing. Because I told the sisters, I said, we got to go inside. The sister said, okay. They started running toward the house. They got in the house. I remember I saw one of the sisters looking like, what is he doing? They got in the house, and I didn't go in. I saw them, and I stood out there, and I looked up. I saw them right above me, green flashes. It was green everywhere. Green, just green, y'all. And it was like how a helicopter lands. Imagine if you could just put 70 helicopters together. That's how hard the wind was blowing around my house. The leaves, trees, all of that. That's how that shit fell over. When y'all heard that bang on the live last night, that shit knocked over a ladder. But you have to remember that there was no wind blowing when I came on the live. Remember? There was no wind. It was just lightning and no thunder. With them big ass flashes of lightning, tell me why you didn't hear no thunder. Tell me. The lightning was right above me. Tell me why you didn't hear no thunder with them big ass flashes. I was laying on my back pointing the camera at the sky. So stay up and keep watch. Now we got witnesses that have seen the green light, so they're going to be able to tell y'all, no, Omari, listen, he's true. And it's happening. The event I've been telling you about. Stay up and keep watch. Keep your phone by you.
Think I've been pretty like 10K. Cry don't twist up my face from the weight that's on my shoulder. But deep down I miss them times when I walk down Cannon Road, pushing my brother in that stroller. You fix your mouth to say gang, Jigga, you know my government name, but will you be there when I call you?
Listen.
These lights too shiny, I can't hide. I close my mouth, I speak inside, cause ain't nobody else to talk to. Can't rely on dreams, end up drowning on this earth. Yeah, way too big a wingspan, you can't be alone. Yeah, shawty about some food through lady, now they broccoli. Excuse me, lady, what's this? It don't bring me sustenance. She steady huffing and puffing. She love me now. Holding on to them lips, but can't lie. She loves me. So goes on in this bitch, but can't lie. She loves me now. Knowing the enjoyment I receive when they finally hit the door and leave me alone. There are times when I wanna be one with the breeze. If that's so wrong, if that's so wrong. You can't compass me. I don't begin with 1, 2, 3. What's the reason? Let me know. Tell me why you scream for to take my bow. Can you tell me why you want me gone? But your song says for a song, be strong because you think I've been pretty like 10K. Cry don't twist up my face from the weight that's on my shoulder. But deep down I miss those times when I walk down Cannon Road, push my brother in that stroller. You fix your mouth to say gang, if you know my government name, will you be there when I call you? These lights too shiny, I can't hide. I close my mouth, I speak inside, cause ain't nobody else to talk to. Ain't nobody else to talk to. Ain't nobody else to talk to.
Ain't nobody else's. Oh yeah, by the way, for all y'all new people coming through, you're not getting removed from the live now. Now you just get blocked. So you know what I mean. You want to be funny, don't be funny now. You know what I mean. This ain't the time.
Yeah, come at me by like a waitress. I fell in love with the fragrance. I go Velveeta and mirror, like nobody better than you. Nobody lower me, trapped in the dungeon. Hire me, I get the job done. Told myself it's been a fun run, but ain't nobody better than you. 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 These niggas play like they this and they that, but ain't nobody gave me no proof. Yeah, I see the sin in you, we can't walk through that door if I What they say, mom's the word. They just Roy G. Bibb, they don't wanna converse. I talk ultraviolet, I go sun for verse. And I'm world right now, whirling sound when up at me back like a waitress. I fell in love with the fragrance. I go Velveeta in mirror, like nobody better than you. Yeah, lower me, trapped in the dungeon. Hire me, I get the job done. Told myself it's been a fun run, but ain't nobody better than you. 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 Yeah, nobody better. My soul out the cellar. New rivers, y'all to make your body water. Aliens hating, I told my Beretta. Think he a pilgrim, my 4-5 a settler. My people hung on the rope, not the middle. My folks ain't fall out no boat, I know better. Ice running down on immigrants. Bitches a pot making black Joe by the kettle. I don't believe it. Great trick by the way. Yeah, dark skin, broad nose. You can never take this pride away. Yeah, thick hips, big lips. She leave a great kiss by the way. Yeah, somebody say to the children of the sun, nobody better than me. Yeah, cup at me by like a waitress. I fell in love with the fragrance. I go Velveeta in mirror, like nobody better than you. Yeah, lower me, trapped in the dungeon. Hire me, I get the job done. Told myself it's been a fun run, but ain't nobody better than you. Nobody better than you. Nobody better than you.
All right, I'm gonna run it back. Then we're gonna get out of here. Stay by your phone today.
Yeah,
the show ain't over.
Cut me by like a waitress. I fell in love with the fragrance. I go Velveeta in mirror, like nobody better than you. Yeah, lower me, trapped in the dungeon. Hire me, I get the job done. Told myself it's been a fun run, but they.
This ain't out yet. I'm gonna drop it. Don't worry. It ain't out yet though. Maybe I'll drop it on the 4. We'll see.
Yeah, cut me by like a waitress. I fell in love with the fragrance. I go Velveeta in mirror, like nobody better than you. Yeah, lower me, trapped in the dungeon. Hire me, I get the job done. Told myself it's been a fun run, but ain't nobody better than you. 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 These niggas play like they this and they that, but ain't nobody gave me no proof. Yeah, I see the sin in you, we can't walk through that door if I did let you through. I get down like the minister do. I get up like I didn't hit the snooze. This ain't shit about the vision you drew with me. It ain't nothing you niggas can do with him. Better lay that down like a Muslim. Got a meeting with Jesus at 3 p.m. The only nigga that can speak with him. What they say, mom's the word. They just Roy G. Bibb, they don't wanna converse. I talk ultraviolet, I go sun for verse. And I'm world right now, whirling sound when up at me back like a waitress. I fell in love with the fragrance. I go Velveeta in mirror, like nobody better than you. Yeah, lower me, trapped in the dungeon. Hire me, I get the job done. Told myself it's been a fun run, but ain't nobody better than you. 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 Yeah, nobody better. My soul out the cellar. New rivers, y'all to make your body water. Aliens hating, I told my Beretta. Think he a pilgrim, my 4-5 a settler. My people hung on the rope, not the middle. My folks ain't fall out no boat, I know better. Ice running down on immigrants. Bitches a pot making black Joe by the kettle. I don't believe it. Great trick by the way. Yeah, dark skin, broad nose. You can never take this pride away. Yeah, thick hips, big lips. She leave a great kiss by the way. Yeah, somebody say to the children of the sun, nobody better than me. Yeah, cup at me by like a waitress. I fell in love with the fragrance. I go Velveeta in mirror, like nobody better than you. Yeah, lower me, trapped in the dungeon. Hire me, I get the job done. Told myself it's been a fun run, but ain't nobody better than you. Nobody.
Somebody said one more time, last time. What y'all think, that's a hit? Y'all think I should drop that motherfucker? That's a hit.
Yeah, cup at me by like a waitress. I fell in love with the fragrance. I go Velveeta in mirror, like nobody better than you. Yeah, lower me, trapped in the dungeon. Hire me, I get the job done. Told myself it's been a fun run, but ain't nobody better than you. 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 These niggas play like they this and they that, but ain't nobody gave me no proof. Yeah, I see the sin in you, we can't walk through that door if I did let you through. I get down like the minister do. I get up like I didn't hit the snooze. This ain't shit about the vision you drew with me. It ain't nothing you nigga can do with him. Better lay that down like a Muslim. Got a meeting with Jesus at 3 p.m. The only nigga that can speak with him. What they say, mom's the word. They just Roger Bibb, they don't wanna converse. I talk ultraviolet, I go sun for verse. And I'm world right now, rolling sound when up at me by like a waitress. I fell in love with the fragrance. I go Velveeta in mirror, like nobody better than you. Nobody. Lower me, trapped in the dungeon. Hire me, I get the job done. Told myself it's been a fun run, but ain't nobody better than you. Nobody, nobody, 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 nobody better than you. Yeah, nobody better. My soul out the cellar. Blue River Jordan, make your body wetter. Aliens hating, I told my Beretta. Think he a pilgrim, my 4-5 a settle it. My people hung on the rope, not the middle. My folks ain't fall out no boat, I know better. Ice running down on immigrant. Bitches a pot making black Joe by the kettle. I don't believe it. Great trick by the way. Yeah, dark skin, broad nose. You can never take this pride away. Yeah, thick hips, big lips. She leave a great kiss by the way. Yeah, somebody say to the children of the sun, nobody better than me. Yeah, cup at me by like a waitress. I fell in love with the fragrance. I go Velveeta in mirror, like nobody better than you. Yeah, lower me, trapped in the dungeon. Hire me, I get the job done. Told myself it's been a fun run, but ain't nobody better than you. Nobody, nobody, 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 nobody better than you. Think I've been prayed like 10K. God don't twist up my face from the weight that's on my shoulder. But deep down I miss them times when I walk down Cannon Road, pushing my brother in their stroller. You fish your mouth to say gang, Jigga, you know my government name, but will you be there when I call you? This light too shiny, I can't hide. I close my mouth, I speak inside, cause ain't nobody else to talk to. Can't rely on dreams, ain't no drowning on this earth. Yeah, way too big a wingspan, you can't be alone. Yeah, shawty about some food through late at night and broccoli. Excuse me, lady, what's this? It don't bring me sustenance. She steady huffing and puffing. She love me now. Holding on to them lips, but can't lie. She loves me. So goes on in this bitch, but can't much. She loves me now. Knowing the enjoyment I receive when they finally hit the door and leave me alone. There are times when I wanna be one with the breeze. Is that so wrong? Is that so wrong? You can't compass me. I don't begin with 1, 2, 3. What's the reason? Let me know. Tell me why you scream for to take my bow. Can you tell me why you want me gone? But your tongue says for a song, be strong because you think I've been prayed like 10K. God don't twist up my face from the weight that's on my shoulder. But deep down I miss them times when I walk down Cannon Road, pushing my brother in their stroller. You fish your mouth to say gang, Jigga, you know my government name, but will you be there when I call you? This light too shiny, I can't hide. I close my mouth, I speak inside, cause ain't nobody else to talk to. Ain't nobody else to talk to. Ain't nobody else to talk to. Ain't nobody else to talk to.
All right, y'all. Stay by the phone. Peace and love.